We're Eda and Eliezer, and we're turning this plot of land that we bought here in the north of Portugal for less than €47,000 into our dream home. We have no experience in building, but yet we still managed to clear our land, build a yurt, and now we're 2 months into building a tiny house. Also further into the year, we will be building our main house. We're so glad that you're here to watch this video, so let's crack on and build this tiny house.
Welcome to another video. We are on our land here in Portugal with our dog, building our house. Let's go! Before putting the stud walls up, we need to check if the trailer is perfectly leveled. Because we need the walls, of course, to be leveled. If the trailer is leveled, the walls are going to be leveled as well.
Leveling is super important. We spent a good amount of time checking if every corner of the trailer was leveled before putting up the walls, but everything turned out perfectly. Now it's time to mark a line 1 centimeter from the edge of the floor to start installing the stud walls.
We're leaving a 1 centimeter gap from the edge because we still need to add our OSB boards. This leaves the perfect gap so everything fits perfectly. Honestly, the chalk line we bought wasn't marking the lines clearly, so in the end we just used a pencil and a level to draw out a straight line.
Now we've penciled in our line, we can now start putting on our stud walls. And this is going to really turn into a house.
These walls were really heavy, and that's why we decided to build them into 8 separate wall sections. First, we would position one on top of the trailer, and then we apply the expanding foam. This works like glue and also helps seal any gaps between the wall and the floor. After we'd level the wall, and while I held it in place, Eda would brace the wall to keep it in the exact position, ready for drilling and nailing, as it has to be perfectly level. It was actually pretty easy, and now we just had to repeat this process 7 more times.
First stud wall is put up. How was that for you? Easy or hard?
No, it was fast. It's just that we need to make sure that we're leaving the right gap. You know, it's leveled exactly, because these details in the future, putting in the windows, it's going to cause problems. So we are going nice and slow, making sure we're bang on, and then afterwards, putting up the rest will be easy.
Let's go for the rest.
Some of the walls were really heavy. Imagine, the tallest walls were nearly 3 meters high, but we worked slowly and carefully, positioning everything into place.
The left side of our tiny home is complete. That's looking really good. It's all leveled. It's very tall. We can see now how taller it is. It's a nice tiny home, nice size. But we have a little problem right here. We didn't want the walls to pass the limit of the trailer. We actually wanted 1 centimeter gap right here on this line, but it's passing by far. It's passing like 2-3 centimeters. And that was my mistake. I thought this trailer was 7 meters 20, but it's actually not. We measure again now. It's 7 meters 18, 19. That's why we had this gap. That's not good, but we're gonna find a solution for that. It's not, we have mistakes. It's expected, and we're gonna make solution for that. And now let's do the rest.
As I mentioned, some of these walls are very heavy. Take the kitchen wall, for example. That was the heaviest one to lift on top of the trailer. We spent quite a while trying to safely get it on top without breaking our toes. And then even more time figuring out how to rotate it into the correct position. But that was our technique, starting with the side walls, then installing the front and back. Positioning the living room wall was a bit more complicated, as it had to fit perfectly in between the other side walls, as it was made with the exact dimensions. But in the end, we managed to get everything into place with no major issues or mistakes. Look at this. We now have all of our stud walls in place, and it's looking great. Now you can get a feel for its real size and the proportions. For a rookie couple doing this for the first time, we're not doing too bad.
She's ready! Okay, all the walls are ready, they're up, they haven't been bolted in yet, but we fixed them in place and they're leveled, which is the most important thing. So, look at the space, look at the walls up. Oh my gosh, it feels so weird to be in these 4 walls, or 8 walls. So let me show you. Front door here, lounge window here, then we go along and we have a nice other big window that's going to be like our corridor space, the stairs here. Then we've got the lovely big window for the kitchen, a nice sliding window for me to cook. Then turn around and we'll have the mezzanine. In our bedroom we have our 2 windows, and then finally our window for the bathroom. Guys, it feels so good to be in this space. It feels so unreal.
In just one day, we managed to position all of our stud walls. And now we move on to the next step.
Securing the stud walls. To secure our walls, we're using these steel rods and our nylon knots. And basically what we're gonna do is, because these steel rods are 1 meter long, I'm gonna cut to 23 centimeters, which is the distance between this 2x4 here until the bottom of the trailer. And then we're gonna pass the steel rods inside the holes that we already pre-drilled, so we're clever for that. And the easiest part now is put our knots to secure this tight.
Attention to detail.
This knot that we bought, it has a nylon bit on it. See that purple thing on there? That helps the knot to stop getting loose for vibrations or anything that can move the wall. Before we used to put like one on top of the other because one helps the other to not move. But now with this nylon thing, well, great solution. Happy with that. Let's go.
We bolted down each stud wall to the trailer every 80 centimeters. It might be a bit too much, but hey, better safe than sorry.
Well, we got rain now and we have a problem because there's a lot of holes on our tarp. You see over there? Because we were burning stuff here, end up burning a little bit of our tarp. And it's already getting wet, our OSB, that's not good. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our scaffolding, move it over here, make it like 5 meters tall and put tarp on top. Well guys, I'm not proud about this, but we have to show the reality, innit? We did this pergola 1 month ago for moments like this, for rain, heavy rain moments. But because the fire we did here last week, it made a lot of holes. So it's dripping a lot of water. Can you hear? That's the sound of dripping.
Yes, it's not aesthetically pleasing, but we've only got about a month left of these April rains. And then hopefully by then we'll have the plywood on, the house wrap will be waterproof. So we've just got, it's temporary. I know it's ugly, but we're gonna get it sorted. This is reality. Well, a new day, a new problems. Today, as you can see, this is how we left the tiny house. Not really the best, but we were lucky because it didn't rain that much yesterday. But we're gonna have to take this off and fix it better because tomorrow it's meant to rain like crazy. Anyway, the plan is to take this off, level the walls, bolt everything in, nail everything in, and then we can sort this out later.
Now that all of the walls are all fixed to the trailer, we need to nail all the walls together. But before we do that, we have to check 1,000,000 times that everything is perfectly level. This step is so important as if it's not exact, there will be big problems later on in the build.
All the walls are leveled and secure. They're all screwed into place. We still didn't use the nail gun because if you want to do some more adjustments, we can unscrew, adjust, and then screw again. And that's more hard to do with the nail gun. Now that everything is level and secure, we can nail gun everything together. And I want to talk about the other solution that we found about the water and to protect the floor. That we're using these 2 tarps, like double tarps, directly to the floor. One tarp here and another transparent tarp underneath. So I guess that no water will pass through that and we're safe until we have the roof. Right, let's nail gun and we speak about the next step.
While we're building the tiny house, we've also got other projects happening around the land. And today we have hit a big milestone.
Guys, can you notice anything? Can you notice anything different? We have electricity! The guys just finished installing our new electrical box. So now we have a light and electric. After a year being here, basically, we've been using everything on the generator, so it would be really nice to be able to plug in our extension cord now and see if we can charge our drill battery. That's exciting!
We have electricity! Wow. You forget how power makes everything so much easier. Who remembers last year when we built the entire yurt without any electricity? But now with electricity, we'll be able to do so much more on the land, starting with powering our tools.
The moment of truth. We have electricity! Oh, I'm so happy.
So the last step securing all of the stud walls together is by nailing in our top plates. This is just to strengthen even more and connect everything together, giving us the base to start the roof. We place the top plates overlapping the corners so the structure becomes even more stable. And in less than 20 minutes, our walls were up and ready for the next step.
With that done, yes guys, we can say that these walls, the wall frame is done.
Finished.
We can move for the next phase.
We just finished putting on our top plates And now we're ready for the roof. And it's been really great. It's actually been really enjoyable. And this process of seeing the walls go up is really satisfying, really enjoyable. Everything's fixed in, bolted in, nailed in, super strong. We rang my mum and her partner, and he knows everything about construction, Bogdan. And he said that we're over-engineering. It's really well bolted in, everything's really well done. It's better than a tiny house being over-engineered than falling apart, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Exactly. Yes, we're super excited for next week that we're gonna start making the roof. And this is gonna look like even more like a house, and then and then put OSB, and then windows, everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much progress you make by putting up the stud walls. It gives you so much motivation to keep on working. Look at how good it's turning out. It's really starting to look like a tiny house. That's why we're building it ourselves, to show you that you can build yours too. And now the part that everybody wants to know, the cost breakdown. 2 bottles of expanding foam, €16.90. Steel rods, bolts and washers, €39. So the total cost so far is €8,350.90. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any comments, put them down below, and we'll see you in the next video.
Subscribe.